everyone, welcome to my Friday weekly melts, and I just have a few candles to share with you. I'm going to go over them quickly because they've already been in my videos. I'm still working on 2 more candles, but I finished 3. Not going to go into detail. I finished winter. This I've been working on for a while. It burned flawlessly. Amazing scent throw. Of course, it turned a little sandy, the color, from the white wax, but that's fine. This is just perfect for December, January, probably into February, just because it's got that balsam note, but it also has kind of like a sweetness to it. I love it. So it's definitely a repurchase for next year. And the name says it all. It's winter. It's amazing. Next, I finished off Gold Cannon Candles Christmas Presents, and this, for some reason, melted very quickly down. And I think it's because of the fact that I had it going non-stop. I loved this scent. I mean, I just had it going probably every day for about 10 to 12 hours. And I just want to show you, it melted down perfectly. And I'm going to cut that all up and I'm going to put it in one of my warmers actually in a little bit because I don't want to waste any of it. There's a little bit of residue along the sides. That's because I moved it while the wax was still liquid. But as you can see, I did not clean this because I wanted to show you I did not get much soot. I only got a teeny bit of soot around the edges. So that was really good. I love that. This scent, I love it. This scent is notes of apple, oranges, nutmeg, and ginger. And it is perfect. I just love it. You can smell all the notes in this candle. You can smell the apples. I smell orange first off, and then I smell the apples, and then you get that nutmeg and ginger. So there's no cinnamon in this scent. If anybody is, not a cinnamon lover, this scent is perfect because it's got some spices in it, but it's not heavy spices. You get more of, like I said, the fruits mixed in. Amazing. And the scent throw is awesome. Oh, I absolutely love it. I wish I had that in a large candle. I have been melting Soyalicious Dickinson's Christmas. I told you I was melting this Christmas morning if you saw my video. And this is amazing. This little candle is probably about 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old, whenever I sold Soyalicious. So this is an older candle. It's still got a great scent throw. It could be stronger. I know when I first started melting it was really strong. Because it's an older candle, I did not have the topper to it, so I know it could be stronger than what it was, but I still loved it. And this scent is a little bit of fruit mixed in with spices again, very kind of sweet a little bit. You get I think there's a little bit of an outdoorsy note to it, plus fruits and, like I said, spices. It's absolutely amazing. I cannot find the description on this because Soyalicious is closed right now until January 7th, so I can't tell you exactly what's in it. But if you love fruits, spices, and that little bit of outdoorsy note to it, you would love Dickinson's Christmas. And I don't think Soyalicious is the only one that sells this scent. I wish other vendors, I haven't seen vendors sell Dickinson's Christmas. I've seen other companies sell this scent. But vendors really need to pick this scent up because it is amazing. So many people would absolutely love it. So hopefully some vendors that are watching will try to find this scent, Dickinson's Christmas. And there's all different versions of Dickinson's Christmas. This one I'll have to find, and when I'm finished with the candle, I will definitely tell you the description of what's in it once I can find out, because there's so many different versions of it, and this one is just absolutely amazing. Now I finished Be Jolly, and this is holly berry and pine. And the holly berry gives it that sweet note. That's why I really like it, because if it was pine, I couldn't stand it. It's not straight up strong pine at all. It's just a really nice sweet holly berry with a little bit of that piney note to it. Love it. Unfortunately, it broke, but that was fine because the wax was right here. And so what I did is I put a candle shade on it, and that's why it turned out so black, because I was, it's a 2-wick, and with 2 wicks you really should not put a shade on top, but since it was so low, it was right down to here, and then I put it in a candle sleeve, it was fine. You just have to be really careful, because I have used candle shades on flaxen 3-wick and it's caught on fire inside. So be very careful when you're using candle sleeves. They really should be only with a 1-wick candle, because you're holding in all that heat. The flames start to get close together and it can start a fire. It did with me one time on my flaxen, and I learned my lesson on that. So just be very careful with your candles. With your shades. Just make sure you're in the room with them if you are going to use one with more than a 1-wick candle. But this was awesome. I would definitely repurchase if it had it out. I don't know if they sell it anymore, but I loved it. Loved it. And I've got a little bit left in there, so I might put this, might take this out and put this in my warmer as well, because I don't want to waste it. Okay, I'm going to get into the touch that I have melted. I'm going to start out with the one that I melted last night and is still going strong in my son's bedroom. This is from the Kissing Booth, Christopher Street, and this is Fruit Loops. And look at how pretty the wax is. I took pictures of this and put it on my Facebook fan page last night, or yesterday, whenever I was melting it. Whenever I started melting it. So I've got the cube in there. If you want to pop over, you can see the warmer that it was in, the snowman warmer in my son's room, and the color. This is amazing. Look at how pretty this is. It's got all different pretty glitter on top, and it smells exactly like Fruit Loops, and it is super, super strong. My son, every time he came out of his bedroom, because he keeps his door shut, he smelled like Fruit Loops. I'm like, you smell so good. And I believe it is still going strong right now in his room. And I put this in yesterday afternoon. Highly recommend the scent for people who love Fruit Loops. It's amazing, and it's so strong. It really is. Next is Kristen Candles. I got this in the Round Robin box, Apple Strudel. And I don't know if I melted 1 or 2. I like this scent. It was a medium scent, though, and I've heard different things about Kristen Candles, that some don't have any good scent, though, but this one had a pretty good scent, though, in a small room. I had this going in my office. So I don't know about a large room, but it's a nice apple scent. I don't get a lot of strudel. I get apple with a little bit of bakery, but it was good. I enjoyed it. Would I purchase it? No, but I enjoyed it. For front porch, I melted 1 pink peppermint in my bedroom, and this scent I have to melt again. I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that it was all put in the box with a bunch of bakery scents, but what I get from this scent is I get a lot of, now the pink and the peppermint is strong. The peppermint is strong, of course. The pink sugar is strong, but I got almost like a creamy bakery note to it, just a slight undertone of a bakery note. It was kind of weird, almost like a batter, a cake batter or something like that, or a cookie dough scent. Very, very light, like a hint. And I don't know if it was because it was mixed in with all those scents. Now, I've had it separated from those for weeks, but who knows? Sometimes it gets in the bags and things like that. So I'll try it again, but I still liked it. But to this one, for me, this wasn't like a straight pink sugar and peppermint. Like I said, I had that hint or that undertone of like a cookie dough scent, which I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It's just not what everybody's been saying it is with the strong peppermint and pink sugar for me. Like I said, I got that little bit of undertone of another note, but I liked it. Right now I have going Lemon Berry Crumble, and it is not really strong enough for me to really pick up the scent. Plus it's first thing in the morning. I can smell it, but it's not melted down all the way. It's a lemon scent, and I smell berries, so you definitely get the lemon, and you get different types of berries. And I'm really not sure what kind of berries I'm smelling at the moment, because like I said, it has not melted down all the way. I probably get blueberry. I know I get blueberry in here. It smells like a blueberry. And I get a little bit of that crumble note, like a bakery note. I love this scent. I probably have to pop 2 cubes, because see, I'm in my living room. This scent is going in my kitchen right now. So I get a little bit of the scent in here. What I'd probably do is cut this in half if I'm going to be sitting in my living room, which I'm never in this room, actually. So I probably wouldn't do it. But what I should have done while I was doing this video is cut in half and put one in here, one in my living room and one in my kitchen, so that I could really smell it good. But I'll talk more about this because I know I'm going to melt it again. I love it. Definitely a repurchase. Amazing. A sample of Sweet Dreams from the Kissing Booth. I had to sit and think about this. This was awesome. I had this going last night in my bedroom, and I loved it. You definitely get like a peppermint scent, and I believe there's lavender in here. I'm not 100% sure on what the scent description is. I will put this in the video, the scent description, for people who want to know what's in it. But I pick up, when it was melting, I picked up like a little bit of peppermint, and I picked up lavender, and I'm not sure if that's correct, but that's what I picked up. And it was really good. It was awesome. It was relaxing. It was strong, but not overpoweringly strong. You know, it wasn't a hit-you-in-the-face scent. And I had this going in my 12-watt Yankee warmer. And I could smell it this morning, but not as strong as last night. You know, some scents are still going strong the next morning in that 12-watt warmer, but this one was not. So I was a little disappointed in that, because I don't think I cannot get another night of this scent. I know I can't. And I know, like, with a few other scents, I've gotten 3 full days without turning off my Yankee warmer. So this one would probably only last you one night. At least it did for me, and a little bit into the day. But amazing, amazing scent. Definitely, yes, I would repurchase that. I don't have to go into this. I finished off my Dickinson's Christmas tarts. Love it. Had this going while I had the candle going on Christmas morning. Amazing scent. I finished off pumpkin cranberry from Sensationals. I got this in the Round Robin box. I love this scent. You get a little bit of pumpkin, you get more of the cranberry, and the mixture of the two is just really good. If I can find this, I definitely want to get this for next year. You definitely get a lot of cranberry, like I said, with that pumpkin note, so it gives it that little bit of a bakery scent. A repurchase. Well, it wasn't a purchase for me, but it's definitely a purchase next year or whenever I can find it. I finished off my pink peppermint from Tiffany Candles, and this scent I really like. Now, you know, this is her old wax. I haven't purchased any new wax, so when she has a sale, that's what I'm going to purchase. This scent I had a hard time with. I had it going in my 14-watt warmer, I believe. In my bedroom, I had a 14-watt warmer, and I was getting a good scent, though, but not really strong. You know, it was good, but it wasn't, like, super strong. Well, now that I've got my 12-watt Yankee warmer in there, amazing. I had this going the other night. It was really strong, and I got 2 nights out of this. So I really love her pink peppermint. You just have to find, and we all know this, everybody's nose is different. We just have to find the right warmers, the right wattages for each wax. It's such a shame, because it's like you have to play games with these wax. You have to... They're like little babies. You have to find that right warmer to snuggle them in, because not all the waxes and not all the vendors' waxes, or whatever you want to call them, melt the same in each warmer. It's weird. I mean, they could both be soy candles or soy wax, but that doesn't mean that, since they're from 2 different vendors, it doesn't mean that it's going to melt the same for both vendors. It's really weird. But this, in her old wax, I'm sure her new wax is really strong, was really good in the 12-watt warmer. Amazing. It was what I wanted it to be all along. I finished off Candles from the Keeping Rooms Peppermint Cake Bites. And this was good, except it has a chocolate undertone to it. And I can tolerate it as long as I'm melting it with another candle, and I would melt it with Jack Frost, because Jack Frost would give it a little more of the peppermint creamy note. And it's strong. If you like peppermint with a little bit of cake and a little bit of chocolate, you get that hint of chocolate, then you'd love this scent. It's perfect for the holidays. It really is. It's like, kind of reminds me of peppermint bark. So it is a good scent, but I don't think I would repurchase it, because I'm not a huge chocolate lover. I finished Candles from the Keeping Rooms Cranberry Bunt. Love this. It was just a sweet cranberry with a little bit of like a cake note. No frosting or anything like that. Just a little bit of like that. It was almost like a pound cake note. It was so good. However, I had to play around with warmers with this as well. And what I would do is I would cut it in half or use 2. And I put 2 tarts in my family room, which I've mentioned before, because they're in corners, and I would get the most amazing scent throw ever from this. So I don't think it works the greatest in my Party Light Warmer, the square one. We've all seen it. It's square, and it's got the changeable sides to it. I have that in my kitchen, and I don't think it does the greatest for melting in a large room. In a smaller room, it does good for candles from the keeping room, but in a large room, I need a 24-watt warmer. So I'll be bringing out my coffee mug warmer to be melting candles from the keeping room in my kitchen, because that warmer just really gives a huge, strong scent throw. But again, play around, like I said. Now, my other Party Light warmer, the Snowman one, it does perfect. You just got to play around with warmers. It could be a pain, but once you find the right combination, you're all set. Then I melted a sample of candles from the keeping rooms, cranberry, chestnuts, and brown sugar. This was awesome. Awesome. Definitely got the cranberry. Again, a sweet cranberry. You picked up on the chestnuts, and you got the sweet brown sugar. It was so good. I loved the scent, and I mixed it in with cranberry bunt. So I had a whole tart going in one warmer in my family room and of the scent, and then cranberry bunt, the whole tart, in another warmer in the family room. They smelled great together. Combine those two scents, you've got cranberry sweet heaven. It was amazing. Definitely have to put that aside for next year. I finished off holiday spices from Party Light. And you have to use quite a bit of this scent. It was just nice spices. That's all I have to say. It was just a bunch of spices, probably some cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger. It was good. But I had to use like 2 or 3 cubes to really get a strong scent off of this one. So I don't know. In a smaller room, it worked better than in a large room. In a large room, like I said, I would need 3 cubes to get a nice scent. But I do love the scent. And I know other vendors carry a scent similar to this of holiday spices. Oh, forgot to show this candle. I finished off my frosted cupcake from Slacken in my bathroom. It burned perfectly. It was a very light scent throw. I mean, it was great for the bathroom, but I'm done with frosted cupcake. That's all I gotta say. It just does not give off a strong scent throw for me at all. And I have 2 from Granny's Country Candles. I have Snickerdoodle that I had going in my kitchen yesterday in the Party Light Warmer, and this is their old wax. And this is a really good scent. Just a nice, spicy, I got a lot of cinnamon in this, with some spices and cookie note. It's great. It was a medium scent throw. This is her older wax. It was delicious, and I know her new wax is doing really good, so I would probably pick this up in her new wax because I love it. And then last night, I melted vanilla rum cake in my Snowman Party Light Warmer with Jack Frost, and they smelled so good together, I have to say, because this is a lighter scent. And like I said, this is their old wax. You get the vanilla and you get that rum plus the cake. You get all 3. And it smells so good with Jack Frost because this was not that strong because it's her older wax. But I am going to tell you guys that I think I'm going to go back to selling Granny's. I know that sounds crazy, but I've been trying her newer wax, and I am very impressed with her new wax. Very impressed. So I'm going to purchase a candle in her new wax and see how it does, and then go from there, because as many of you know, I'm going to be starting a charity. And it's going to be all different charities, and I'm going to have a website up for this charity as well, and I'm also going to put a separate YouTube channel up for the charity. And my girlfriend and I are going to be putting together a bunch of charities so people can donate money, or when they purchase, like I want to talk to Wendy, when they purchase products from me, if they purchase Granny's Country Candles under my name, they can put the charity that they want to donate the money to, because I'm going to be taking some of the percentage from each of the orders and put it towards a charity. That's my main goal. And then I'm also going to be doing fundraisers as well for certain charities. My next charity, which I will be working on in January, is going to be for pets. I am looking for an animal shelter around my area to help them out, because I love, love, love pets. I can't stand the abuse that I see. Those commercials on TV that they show, I can't even. My husband's always like, turn your head, it's on again, because I just can't stand looking at it. People are just, I don't know. It sickens me, because I love my animals. I love them. And I want to help as much as I can. So the charities that we're going to be running, there'll be one for Friends of the Unborn. We're going to find families in need around the area. I'm going to be going back to Granny's for charities, and I'm going to do a separate video on my charities so that people can understand more what we're going to be doing. I am going to give Granny's another go because I am very impressed with her new wax. At first I wasn't, and then I was. Maybe my nose was acting funny, which that happens. So that's everything I melted for the week pretty much. I have a couple of candles lying around, but they've already been in my videos many a times. So that's everything. I hope you're enjoying your Friday morning, and I will have another video up later on because I want to talk about a charity that, well, the charity thing that I'm going to be starting, and also I want to show you my Project Wax that I'm working on. I started up a new one. So look out for some videos later on. Bye.